Hey everybody, welcome to the Tom Parsley channel. I'm Tom, just like Parsley, we get into a little bit of everything. So what are we gonna do today? So behind me over here, we've got our vegetable garden beds. I've been holding off planting seeds because it's been cold and because I kind of skipped the March 17th deadline because, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. But we're gonna be planting seeds, we're gonna be planting vegetables. I'm going to tell you my method of planting vegetables. It's called the square foot gardening method. I'm going to show you the templates I use. We're going to plant some seeds. So come along with me and let's plant some seeds and let's grow your own food. That's the most important thing to learn here, is how to grow your own food. Now my method's a little bit different. My gardening beds are a little bit different. This is the south side of my house and it's the beginning of May. So let's plant some seeds. All right, so I got myself situated here. So I've got two garden beds. This one I still have to fill with dirt. You see how it's just all leaves? I still have to put some dirt on top. Because what I did, because these planting beds are pretty high. I'm sitting down right now, so these planting beds are pretty high. I think they're about 3 feet high. So you don't bend down, stoop down, which is nice. But the only problem is finding enough dirt to fill up these planting beds. So what I did is it's called a little bit of hugelkultur, Hugelkulture, I think. I'll put it down here if I didn't spell it right. But basically, it's mimicking what nature does. So I filled both beds up, but I filled this one up with leaves, grass clippings, branches, vines, leaves, grasses, branches, vines, leaves, anything I can do to get it up as high. And then as it decomposes, of course, the level's going to go down, so I'm going to have to add more dirt. But at least I don't have to put a whole bunch of dirt in here. That would be a lot of dirt, and I don't have a lot of dirt to fill up. So putting a couple of bags or a couple of wheelbarrow fulls of dirt in here every year is fine. It'll eventually fill up and it'll eventually settle down. Take a couple of years, but it will. All right, so let's get into the square foot gardening method and why it's so great for vegetable gardens. So you can see the shadow, so the sun's behind us here. So we're at, this is the south side of my house over here. This gets a lot of sun, and it's a little bit starting to go in the afternoon, but it's May, so the sun's going to get higher, and this is going to get more sun as we go along. This is, I think this is a 4x8 bed, and this is a 3x6 foot bed, I think, and the fertilizer eater is here. There she is, Daisy. Hey, come here, say hello to everybody. Say hello to all the fans of the Tom Parsley channel. And hey, if you see a dog, you gotta, at this point, like, comment, and subscribe, right? Because I have dogs in my channel. How many channels have dogs? Well, a lot, but that's beside the point. Okay, let's get back. So this book right here is the Bible for square foot gardening. This is, I think this is a first edition. I'm not sure, but it was published by Rodale Press by Mel Bartholomew. He had a show on PBS. I don't know if you could find it on YouTube. This is copyright 1981. I bought it in the mid 80s, and it was just a fascinating concept of gardening by using the square foot gardening system. So in the back, it gives you the kind of charts and how many plants per square, but I have a template underneath here, and it goes through how to make the mix, how to build the beds, and it's still in print. You can still buy it, but definitely, here, I'll zoom in so you can see. And look, he's got a chin strap beard. I think he's since passed away, but this is a great book. How much was it back then? $11.95 back in 1981. So this book has been through the mill, so definitely give that a look-see. So we'll put that off to the side, and we'll talk about the templates I made to do square foot gardening and why square foot gardening is so space saving and most efficient to grow vegetables. So this one is square foot. It has 4 holes per square foot. So if you're going to make a template, you got to kind of be a little bit accurate on drilling the holes and everything, but it's a hole big enough to stick my finger through. So this is spacing for rutabaga. I wrote it down here so I don't forget. Rutabaga, determinate tomatoes, but I don't plant tomatoes by square foot garden. I plant them in pots over there and grow bags. I plant my peppers and tomatoes and some eggplant, the big ones. But everything else I plant by square foot gardening method. So anyway, rutabaga, 4 per square. Broccoli rabe, 4 per square. Bok choy, 4 per square. Swiss chard, 4 per square. Lettuce, parsley, arugula, endive, let's see, mustard, dill, cilantro, and fennel. And those are the things that I like to grow. You might grow something different, so you're going to choose something different. But that's 4 per square. So we'll put that off to the side, and we'll go to this one here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 per square. Oh, wait, I forgot. I didn't drill holes, but cucumber is in the middle here, so I could just kind of judge where those holes go for cucumbers. So this is for this middle part, because it's trellised, are peas and pole beans, just this middle, per square. So this is square foot, don't forget. And then this, what'd I say, 16, yeah, 16 holes. This is gonna be for parsnips, carrots, beets, onions, radishes, and garlic. I haven't planted garlic in a couple of years, but this is good for garlic too. So this is 16 per square. Put that off to the side. And then finally, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 per square. This also I have 1 per square if I wanted to. That would be for Napa cabbage, Chinese cabbage. This is going to be for, I have some dirt and mud over here, so it's a little hard to read. This is going to be for spinach, bush beans, which I'm not going to grow this year, but I have grown. Bush beans. Oh, she's pooping right over there. Come on. I got to walk there. Daisy. Because she doesn't like me talking. So she said, I'll show you. So I got to stop and pick that up because I know I'm going to step in it. So it's, anyway, back to where we were. Bush beans, spinach. I think that says, I can't read what that says. I think it says garlic, but I had garlic on the other one, so I'm not really sure. Beets I crossed out because I had the wrong spacing. Turnips and kohlrabi. Did I have turnips on another one? No, I didn't. Okay, so this is going to be 9 per square. So the way you do it, let me pause you, let me pick up that poop, and let me come back together here. And I'll show you how to plant using these templates. Okay, back at it. Picked up the poop and I'm ready to go. So one determiner of seeds starting is soil temperature. So it's good to get a soil thermometer. It's I'll show you when I pull it out. But it's a soil temperature in here is about 50, between 52 degrees, 50 degrees. And it's about, the probe is about 6 to 8 inches or so. So it's good to know what the soil temperature is because that determines soil germination. So in the spring, usually I go by, this is what my father used to do. So, you know, Pop does it, it's got to be right. March 17th was always when you planted peas, spinach, and radishes, St. Patrick's Day. So I didn't this year, I missed it because I was holding off for something else. And, you know, but like my father always used to say, we're not going to market, so who cares when you plant it. But I'm not gonna plant peas because I think I missed the window for peas, but I am gonna plant spinach, which also may have passed a window for spinach because once it warms up, the spinach just bolts and goes to seed. So we'll see what happens. But I am going to plant radishes right now. I'll show you that process. And then for the rest of the day, I'm not going to record it, but the rest of the day I'll plant carrots and other spring seeds. That'll be good. And then we'll come back in a couple of weeks and see how they're sprouting. So we'll see that I'm going to try to plant this entire bed today. Lofty goals, but we'll see if I could get to that. So let me turn you around. Let me show you what the radishes we're planting and how we're going to plant it. So we're planting these two types of radishes, Cherry Bell, which are kind of round. And I like these because they're kind of cool looking. They're long. And I'm not a big fan of radishes, but Mrs. Parsley likes radishes. So, you know, got to plant what she likes. So we're going to do half and half of these radishes and these radishes. And they all will ripen at the same time harvest. So I make sure, because of the shape of this garden bed here, I lose one in the corner, but that's okay. It's no biggie. So I could fit 3 squares here and about 6 squares. Not exactly, but pretty close. So all I do is I just poke a finger in each hole to make a little depression for the seeds, and just like that. and then I come back around. I might, you know, there's a little bit of room there. I'll just stick one in there anyway, just for the heck of it. And then I'll plant two to three seeds per hole, but I have to do it with both hands. So I got one hand holding you. So I'm gonna come back, plant cherry bell, French breakfast, and then we'll come back. I'll take this off, we'll cover it, we'll pat it down, and then once I'm done with everything, then I'll come here and water everything. So hold on. All right, so I planted radishes. We'll just kind of flip this over so I know where to plant the next batch of seeds. And then I just kind of, you can see right there, there's seeds right in there. So I got 2 to 3 in each hole here. So I just kind of cover the hole here, kind of pat it down a little bit. Just make sure it's totally covered, because I don't want the birds to come in here and eat the seeds, because they do that. And make sure it's all patted down, give it a little scoop down there and mark it so I know what's there. So when your seeds do come up, you're not wondering, what the heck did I just plant? So I'm going to continue on here. I'm going to attempt to plant this entire bed. Today I have all my seeds here and here, and I have my templates. The thermometer I don't need anymore. I can put that away, put my marker away. I have all my labels over here. It's really important to label what you grow, because in a couple of months, couple of weeks, couple of days, when they germinate, you're going to be like, what the heck did I plant here? So make sure that you label what you plant. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this, and then we're going to revisit in a couple of days, couple of weeks, once I see sprouts, and we'll see how these guys are doing here. So this is Tom from the Tom Parsley channel, thanking you for coming along on this journey, learning how to grow your own food. That's an important skill. So this is what we try to do on the homestead, and we're going to try to get some dirt in there and plant some more stuff. So come along on the journey. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.